A timeline of the BTK Killer's murders and capture. He stalked the shadows of Wichita, Kansas, a phantom of fear known only as BTK. For decades, he bound, tortured, and killed, leaving a trail of terror that gripped a city in its icy grip. But behind the mask of a monster lurked a seemingly ordinary man, a husband, a father, a churchgoer. This is the chilling story of Dennis Rader, the BTK Killer, and the twisted path that led to his capture. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. The reign of terror began in the heart of a family home. The Otero family, a picture of suburban normalcy, became BTK's first victims. Their brutal murders would mark the beginning of a nightmare that would haunt Wichita for years to come. January 15, 1974. Joseph and Julie Otero, along with two of their children, Joseph Jr. and Josephine, were found murdered in their home. The phone line had been severed, a chilling prelude to the horror that awaited inside. Rader, in a disturbing twist, had worked with Julie at the Coleman Equipment Company. April 4, 1974. Catherine Bright became BTK's next victim, stabbed to death in her own home. Her brother, Kevin, miraculously survived a gunshot wound, a testament to the brutality of the attack. Like Julie Otero, Catherine was also a Coleman employee, raising unsettling questions about Rader's motives and targets. The killer craved recognition, a twisted desire that would ultimately lead to his downfall. He began communicating with the media, taunting the police and the public with details of his crimes. He wanted them to know his name, his methods, his power. October 1974. A letter arrived at the Wichita Eagle, a chilling manifesto from the killer himself. He introduced the acronym BTK, standing for bind, torture, kill, a horrifying declaration of his modus operandi. The letter detailed the Otero killings with disturbing accuracy, solidifying the killer's connection to the crime. Peculiar misspellings and grammatical errors hinted at the killer's background and education. March 17, 1977. Shirley Vian, a mother of 3, was strangled in her home. Her children, terrified, barricaded themselves in the bathroom, a desperate attempt to escape the horror unfolding around them. The image of those children, huddled in fear, is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of BTK's crimes. December 8, 1977. Nancy Fox was murdered, and in a chilling display of audacity, Rader himself reported the crime via a 911 call. This act, a calculated risk, further fueled his ego and demonstrated his willingness to play a dangerous game with the authorities. The call itself is a haunting piece of evidence, a glimpse into the mind of a killer. January 31, 1978. A poem arrived at the Wichita Eagle, a macabre ode to Shirley Vian. Shirley Locks, wilt thou be mine, it read, a chilling example of BTK's twisted romanticism. The poem was a clear indication of his desire for attention and his willingness to flaunt his crimes. February 10, 1978. BTK's threat became public knowledge. A letter to Cake TV demanded attention, suggesting nicknames like BTK Strangler. Police Chief Richard Lemunyon, in an attempt to control the narrative, revealed the BTK Strangler moniker to the public. This marked a turning point in the case, as the killer's identity became a matter of public obsession. Even when he didn't kill, BTK continued to torment his potential victims. He stalked them, studied them, and planned their demise, only to sometimes back away at the last moment. These near misses offer a glimpse into the complex and unpredictable nature of his pathology. April 28, 1979. Anna Williams became a target, but for reasons unknown, BTK didn't appear. He sent her personal items and a poem, a chilling reminder of his presence and his intentions. This act of psychological terror was just as damaging as a physical attack. August 14, 1979. Authorities released a recording of BTK's 911 call, hoping to generate leads. The public listened intently, searching for any clue that might identify the elusive killer. The broadcast, however, yielded no immediate breakthroughs. The Ghostbusters Task Force was formed, a dedicated team of investigators determined to bring BTK to justice. They meticulously preserved evidence, hoping that advancements in forensic science would one day provide the key to unlocking the case. Their dedication would eventually pay off. April 27, 1985. Maureen Hedge, a neighbor in Park City, was strangled in her home. The murder reignited fear in the community and put renewed pressure on law enforcement to catch the killer. The case remained unsolved for years, a constant reminder of BTK's continued presence. September 16, 1986. Vicky Vegerle was murdered, her husband initially suspected. The investigation focused on him, diverting attention from the true killer. This misdirection allowed BTK to continue his reign of terror undetected. January 19, 1991. Dolores Davis became BTK's final known victim. Her murder marked the end of a dark chapter in Wichita's history, but the fear and uncertainty lingered. Rader ceased killing, seemingly disappearing into the shadows. After more than a decade of silence, the monster stirred. A 30th anniversary article on the BTK case in the Wichita Eagle reignited his desire for attention, prompting him to revive his alter ego. The dormant killer was awakened, and Wichita was once again plunged into fear. January 2004. The Wichita Eagle published a 30th anniversary piece on the BTK case, a retrospective look at the unsolved murders. This article, intended to inform and remember, inadvertently served as a catalyst for BTK's return. The killer, it seemed, couldn't resist the spotlight. The messages began again, cryptic and chilling, taunting the police and the public. BTK was back, and he wanted everyone to know it. He sent packages, letters, and puzzles, each one a piece of a twisted game designed to keep him in the headlines. March 19, 2004. An envelope arrived at the Wichita Eagle, addressed from Bill Thomas Kilman, a clear play on the BTK acronym. Inside were Vicky Vegerle's driver's license, photos, and the unmistakable BTK signature. The message was clear. He was back, and he was ready to play. May 5, 2004. A message was sent to Cake TV, containing a phony ID and a puzzle. The clues, like prowl and fantasies, offered a glimpse into the killer's mind. The letters RADER were strategically placed around the numbers 6,220, a subtle hint that would later prove crucial. December 13, 2004. A disturbing package was discovered, containing a garbage bag with Nancy Fox's driver's license and a doll. The doll, posed in a suggestive manner, was a chilling reminder of BTK's twisted sexual fantasies. The package was a clear escalation in his campaign of terror. The arrogance that fueled his crimes would ultimately be his undoing. BTK's insatiable need for attention led him to make a critical mistake, a technological misstep that would expose his true identity. The hunter became the hunted, and the game was finally coming to an end. January 25, 2005. A postcard led to crucial clues. A cereal box contained a graphic description and a doll, similar to the one found in the previous package. The postcard also inquired about leaving a package at a Home Depot, a seemingly innocuous question that would prove to be his downfall. January 28, 2005. Police signaled BTK, placing a newspaper ad that read, "Rex, it will be okay." This was a calculated risk, an attempt to lure him out of the shadows. The ad was a message to BTK, assuring him that he could communicate safely. February 16, 2005. A computer disk broke the case wide open. BTK, seeking to communicate more securely, sent a floppy disk to the police. Unbeknownst to him, the disk contained metadata that revealed the name Dennis at Christ Lutheran Church and Park City Library. This was the break the investigators had been waiting for. The metadata provided a name, but the police needed concrete evidence. They turned to DNA, a powerful tool that would definitively link Dennis Rader to the BTK crimes. The net was closing in. DNA from Rader's daughter, Carrie, provided the crucial link. The DNA matched samples taken from the crime scenes, confirming Rader's identity as the BTK killer. The evidence was irrefutable. February 25, 2005. Dennis Rader was arrested. He confessed after being confronted with the DNA evidence, admitting to the 10 BTK murders. The arrest was announced at Wichita City Hall, bringing a sense of relief and closure to a community that had lived in fear for decades. The trial was a formality. Rader, confronted with overwhelming evidence, pleaded guilty to the BTK murders. The details he revealed were gruesome and disturbing, a chilling reminder of the depths of his depravity. April 19, 2005. Rader waived his preliminary hearing, choosing to proceed directly to trial. He knew the evidence against him was insurmountable. June 27, 2005. Rader pleaded guilty to 10 counts of first-degree murder. He provided explicit details of his crimes, reliving the horrors he had inflicted on his victims. The courtroom was filled with a palpable sense of grief and anger. August 18, 2005. Dennis Rader was sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms, the maximum penalty allowed by law. Testimony from investigators and victims' families filled the courtroom, a powerful display of the pain and suffering he had caused. Rader offered an apology, but it rang hollow in the ears of those he had wronged. Even behind bars, the BTK Killer continues to fascinate and disturb. His case remains a subject of intense study, a chilling example of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of ordinary life. The story of BTK is far from over. February 22, 2019. Rader gave his first interview since his conviction, claiming demonic possession. He spoke of his daughter, a disturbing attempt to humanize himself. His words offered little insight into his motives and served only to further disturb those who had been affected by his crimes. July 21, 2023. Rader compared himself to the Gilgo Beach suspect, a chilling attempt to remain relevant in the true crime world. This comparison was met with outrage and disgust, a reminder of his continued insensitivity to the suffering of his victims and their families. August 23, 2023. Rader was named as a suspect in several unsolved cases, including the disappearance of Cynthia Kinney in 1976 and the death of Shauna Beth Garber in 1990. These accusations raised the possibility that his reign of terror extended beyond the 10 confirmed BTK murders. September 5, 2023. A possible new victim was identified, a woman in a sketch Rader had drawn in 1991. This discovery further fueled speculation about the extent of his crimes and the possibility that other victims remain unidentified. March 21, 2024. Rader was cleared in the Garber case, with another perpetrator identified. This development, while providing closure for the Garber family, served as a reminder of the complexities of unsolved crimes and the importance of thorough investigation. The BTK Killer's story is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can exist within the human heart. His crimes terrorized a city for decades, leaving an indelible mark on the community. While he is now behind bars, his legacy continues to haunt us, a testament to the enduring power of fear and the importance of vigilance. If you found this video insightful, please like and subscribe for more true crime content. Share this video with others who are interested in learning about the BTK Killer. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the case. What do you think motivated Dennis Rader? What lessons can we learn from this tragedy? Your engagement helps us create more content like this.